What's up everyone, welcome to a new property portrait from PerFinEx, the #1 English speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Today, with a property portrait in a location, again, you probably never heard of before. After doing 2 property portraits in locations you probably know, like Nuremberg and Leipzig, I thought it's time to get in another property portrait in an unknown location, just to show you that there's many exciting rental property opportunities in Germany apart from the top cities that everybody knows and wants to invest in. So let's see the property and the profitability of the property afterwards. Where is Gau Algesheim? It's in a location where I tell you to invest in almost any of these property portraits, in a B or C location. And Gau Algesheim is the perfect example in an orange C location close to an A location, Frankfurt. Here you can see a drone shot of the property complex that we're talking about today. Gau Algesheim is in the Rhein-Main area next to cities like Frankfurt, Mainz, Darmstadt and Wiesbaden. Home of almost 6 million people living and working in the Rhein-Main area. And it's not just a home for many people, it's also a home for many large corporations like Mastercard, Fraport, Commerzbank, Opel, Ferrero, Deutsche Bank, Telekom and Deutsche Bahn. That is why Gau Algesheim has the incredibly low unemployment rate of 2.5%, which is only half the German average. Rhein-Main has been a hub for companies for the last 150 years, and what previous generations have built there is absolutely incredible. The workforce of 2.3 million people in the region is responsible for almost 8% of the German GDP and about 80% of the GDP of Hessen. There's a lot of money in the region, which is good if you want to invest in real estate there. The economic growth gets fueled by the logistics sector that is particularly favored by Frankfurt Airport and the railroad and autobahn network. Many destinations worldwide can be reached from Frankfurt Airport directly. And the property to the airport, it's just 35 minutes by car. Frankfurt main station is the busiest train station in all of Europe. All in all, very well developed infrastructure that is perfect to invest in real estate. Here's a closer look to the property complex. If you reached out to us before or watched a couple of our videos, I'm always saying the perfect investment size for your first rental property is about 150k to 300k. Even if you can afford more, rather buy 2 times 250k than 1 times 500k. So if you're looking to start your real estate investing career, this project may be for you. The seller and property manager is highly experienced alpha real estate that makes investing in real estate almost as easy as investing in the stock market. They search for new tenants, they are first point of contact for tenants, and they pay you a secure rent with the rent pool. So you as the investor can just relax and get your rent paid. After this slide, we will also have a closer look on the successful track record of alpha real estate with similar properties. Speaking of the rent pool, you will get the same rent payment every month for maximum plannability in your cash flow calculation, once you know your financing conditions with the bank. Alpha real estate will over time increase these rents as more and more tenants get replaced and the whole complex gets renovated. More about that in a minute. That's why it is so fundamental to choose an experienced property manager who has delivered on their promises and will continue to do so. And that brings us to the strategy of this property. You guys always ask me,
"Hey Axel, what's the best property?"
To which I'm saying, well, it depends. The strategy here is to buy an existing building, get cash flow from the existing tenant right away. And as more and more tenants get replaced over time, the property will be more and more renovated and rented out again at a higher price. Alpha Real Estate could renovate themselves and sell it to investors afterwards at a higher price, but then you wouldn't get the juicy tax benefits. So they sell it to you relatively cheap, renovate it for you, then you get the 42% tax benefits back from Finanzamt, and then you enjoy the higher rent. So this property is good for everyone that is well in the 42 or 45% tax range. Thank you Alpha Real Estate in the name of all investors. And that their strategy has worked wonders in the past can be seen here. Alpha bought this property in Bruchköbel and managed to increase rents by 13% in 3 years. This property in Germersheim, where they increased rents by 14% in 4 years. This in Heidelberg with plus 20% in 4 years. And finally in Limburger Hof plus 20% in just 2 years. Their value strategy works absolute wonders for investors. Imagine what will happen over the next 10 to 20 years with their strategy. And imagine for what you can sell that property again if they continue to increase rents like that. So is this a property worth buying? Well, the fact that I'm making a video about it probably gives it away. But let's see how worth it is with a deal analyzer from Landlord. We typed in the property into Landlord's deal analyzer with very conservative numbers. 2% principal, 2% interest rate, 2% property and rental growth, and 2% inflation. And this is the result. 14.5% rate of return per year and almost 400% over the 10-year holding period that you want to hold the property anyway in order to sell it tax-free. Speaking about taxes, taxes are not even factored into that calculation. And taxes are of course the major factor for investing in properties like these with the value strategy. Because all renovations and modernizations are tax deductible. Let me say that again so that everybody can follow. You buy this apartment, renovate it and get 42-45% of that costs back from Finanzamt. And after 10 years, you sell this flat free of any tax. You're not paying taxes to the government is paying you. This value strategy of investing in real estate is absolutely insane for everyone watching with a high income tax rate. This shows you how completely different types of properties with different strategies can work. Last property portrait from Leipzig was focused on growth, large property appreciation over the years. This one is focused on stable return in terms of rental income and tax benefits. And with a 10 or 20% down payment, you will also get a positive cash flow. A very well positive cash flow in fact. Positive cash flow would also be possible without a down payment if Alpha manages to renovate the property and increase the rent soon like they did on the properties before. Did you like the property portrait? Then feel free to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you want to see them before they get released to the public, there's a link with a mailing list in the description. And if you like real estate in general, but you're not sure if this is the right property for you, feel free to reach out, either on WhatsApp or you can book a free meeting on our website, PerFinEx.de. Take care everyone and happy weekend.